Good evening.
Okay, so
Please,
let's
how are
start.
you?
I'm also keeping fit. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let's start this program with an opening prayer. Anyone can do as the honest to pray for us that we start.
Okay. I see Baba washroom.
Let us pray. We pray in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord God, we thank you for this privilege, and we ask you to come and share this meeting to be a successful one. These and many good things we ask for through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. And thanks to everyone who has also heed to our invitation. Here is Syllabus for the Week Consult ICAG. And we are so excited to start our ICAG class come Monday, where we are going to start with corporate reporting, i.e. financial reporting, and FA, that is the part 1 paper. On Tuesday, we are going to have case study on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we are going to have public sector and FM on Wednesday. On Thursday, it will be advanced tax and FM, right? Advanced tax and FM. And Friday, it will be advanced audit and management accounting. And all the courses will be repeated on weekend. So we have weekday section and we have weekend, but it's a continuous class. Okay, so if you sign up with us, the first section will be done weekday, then you continue on weekend because of the time frame. Maximum we have 10 weeks up to 11 weeks to complete all the syllabus, and which we are going to finish by all course, plus or minus, we are going to finish. So this night, we are going to do an introduction night whereby our speaker will run us through what we need to expect for the coming date, that is November date, which the exams will be written on 4th November to 9th November. That's the time. So this evening, let's mute our microphones, yeah? Okay, so this evening, we have in our midst Grandmaster, okay, who happens to lecture corporate reporting and case study, who has been doing this since we started this ICG program. So I don't want to bore you with a lot of talk. He's going to run you through what we need to expect come November. And I'm happy and excited. We are gradually expanding. Last date, we happened to graduate, or 42 students graduated or passed from our institution. So we are moving gradually. It started on the 20s, the 10s, and now we are reaching 45. The vision is to also graduate or pass out a lot of chartered accountants. So November, our target is to pass 100 or 150. So without boring you with much talk, let's welcome Grandmaster C to also run us through. Prof, bless evening.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. Blessed evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me clearly? Hello,
Yes,
can you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. I think we gave 6:30. However, when it was 6:30, the call was very empty. So that accounts for the delay. Thank you for your patience. Right. So my name is Grandmaster, as you rightly heard. Tonight we are going to discuss few things, and I would want you to pay particular attention to them. Well, great. So first and foremost, I would want to. Oh, is it only me or Esla? Esla, can you hear me well?
But it's a bit far from the mic. I don't know if I'm
It's
the only one.
fine. Aye, that's fine. Let me work it out.
Alrighty, is it better now?
It's
Yes,
fine.
a bit. Fine. Yes. Yes.
It's better. All right, beautiful. Great. So let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, fellow CA trainees. This is Sleepers for the week. The first thing I would want to do is to appreciate our existing student. You have made us what we are today, and all the successes we have chalked. We wouldn't have been here without you guys. So kudos to all of you, and then to the new guys coming on board. I mean, you have already made the right choice, and I'm going to explain to you why it is so. Is that okay? Great. So that is it. And I would also want to congratulate the 42 individuals. I think it's even 44. The 42 individuals who are now qualified CAs. You understand? I am so happy for you, and it is through dedication, perseverance to pull this off. And I actually have few of you on the call that I'll make you share your journey with us. You understand? So that the new folks who are coming on board would know that indeed they are blessed to be here. Is that okay? All right. Again, I would want to congratulate those of us who wrote multiple papers and were able to get some, not all. Um, I mean, your potential is clearly shown, you understand. And with one or two adjustments come November, we know that we are equally going to harvest a lot of CAs as well. All right. And then to my favorite individuals, those of us who went to the battle and then we came out with empty hands. All right. So I want to tell you that failure is not the opposite of success. All right. So failure is part of the success journey. You understand? So we should let this disappointment spur us on. We should work very hard so that we will realize our dreams come November, especially to those of us who only wrote a paper and for some reason we couldn't go through. I mean, nothing hurts more than that. I know it, and I commiserate with you guys. Great. So thank you to our existing student. Now, I would want to also talk about the newly introduced syllabus. I mean, these syllabus we have anticipated it for I think a year and a half. And as strategists as we are, we didn't sit and then uh, we didn't for the syllabus to be rolled out before, working on them. You understand? So, for every facilitator at Sleepers for the week, we are so up to speed with the new syllabus, and we actually think that with our strength or our straight trait, the new syllabus rather augment us even more than the old one. So if you even thought that we excelled so well because of the old syllabus, you would have to have a rethink because we are going to blow your minds come November. All right, so there have been so many changes across the levels, level one, level two, level three. I wouldn't go into details so much. I think the disciplines that have seen a lot of change is public sector, uh, advanced taxation, and then maybe taxation. You understand? So these have seen so much changes. All right. And when I'm done with my presentation, I'll let Patrick, who takes the public sector, to just give you uh, a short, demonstration of the change. I mean, if you join the class, you are going to have the full view. Is that okay? Right. Beautiful. And like I said, these new syllabus, it is not to frighten any of sleep is for the weak candidate. All right, because we are up to speed, and then we have prepared for this long ago. Long ago, we knew of this change a year and a half, and we've been preparing since then. And it will show come November. Is that okay? Beautiful. So Patrick, I don't know, would you want to shed light on the PSA, or I should continue with the presentation thereafter?
Okay.
Mm.
So just move with your presentation, then I will just end with that. Then we take questions and answers, and we sign out. Hope this will be fair.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, so that is it with the new syllabus. It's a crucial diet in that it's a diet that we are starting a new syllabus. You understand, and nobody really can tell what is coming. But as experienced as we are still going to make our calculated predictions. We are still going to cover the entire syllabus as we always do. Is that okay? Beautiful. So there is no need for you to fear whatsoever. Again, for the new folks who are coming on board, we understand, we know that CA has reviewed their prices. I mean, registration per paper, etc. Man, it's tough. It's all okay. And sleep, I mean, sleep is God sent, to be fair. Sleep is God sent. I would ask all of you to make a quick scan nationwide, all right? And then check the rate or the fees for all of the learning partners. And then come and tell me if there is any institute that offers any of our prices. None. Even CA itself has changed or has reviewed its prices, and it trickles down to the learning partners. Everyone has revised its rates. Everyone. But guess what? Sleep, we are not so much interested in your funds. You understand? We are also very sensitive to the economic issues of the country. So our prices for like 3 sittings, we haven't tempered with them. All right, they are unbeatable. You can't have it anywhere. And I'm going to break it down for you guys. If I tell you the kind of stuff we do here, you'll be surprised the price you pay. All right. I wouldn't want to bore you with so much talks, but for example, for corporate reporting, all right, we are to meet at least twice a week, but we know the volume of corporate reporting, and we go the extra mile to meet 2 more times in a week. So we make it four times in a week. So there is just no way we are not going to finish the syllabus. It is the same with strategic case study. It is the same with advanced taxation. It is the same with audit. We are always in tune to make you pass the exam. Is that okay? So you should be ready. That once you come to sleep, I mean, the name should tell you that we don't play here. If you come, your pass is guaranteed if you yield to everything we tell you. Is that okay? Beautiful. And with the registration with ICAG, we also have that connection with ICAG if you are finding it difficult to register. If your exemption, whatever, is locked in, you are not getting registered, etc. You just reach the sleep administrator who will speak to our people at the institute to work everything out for you. Is that okay? Great. So now, having said all of these, I would want to invite a few individuals who went through Sleep is for the Week and then passed. These individuals didn't just pass, okay? So they wrote like 4 papers and then passed all of them. They wrote like 5 papers and passed all of them, all right? So I would want them, I don't know if they are on the call, I would want them to share their journey briefly with you, what and what they did to pass all of the 4 papers. Is that okay? So Salim, are you here? If you are here, kindly unmute and then in a minute tell us how you were able to go through.
Hello, good evening, very much, sir.
Yes, blessed evening, Salim.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I would say this is more or less like a testimony. I'm giving my testimony. I started the ICAG journey last year, November, and I was exempted for only part 1. So I had part 2 and part 3 to write. And within the space of 3 sessions, that's November, March, and July, with the help of Sleep for the Week, I was able to qualify. So Sleep for the Week, I owe this qualification to Sleep for the Week, particularly to you personally, Grandmaster. I would say Sleep for the Week is one of the teaching institutions we are fortunate to have at our time. I say this because they will put you on your toe, even if you are working, they will put you on your toe to learn. Grandmaster will be up at dawn, form groups for you at dawn. Hello?
Yeah, please, your voice is down. We hardly hear you.
Okay,
if you can.
thank you, sir. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yeah, it's hello, but when you are talking, it seems to go down.
But I'm asking, is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, Sleep for the Week, Grandmaster will put you on your tools to learn. So it's a learning institution. If you adhere to the instructions of the teachers, you will find yourself wanting. I entered into the exam hall and with the guidance of Grandmaster and other teachers, I finished particularly advanced taxation and strategic case and advanced audits. I finished the papers 30 minutes to the exam time. So I had about 30 minutes to revise through what I have written and to do the necessary corrections. And as I said earlier on, Grandmaster will only not teach you the syllabus, but he will also teach you the techniques. He used to say the Takashi way of passing the exams. So I will tell you, it's doable. It's doable. Considering even my background, my first degree was in management, my second degree operations management. I never did any detailed accounting work in all my academic studies. The only accounting I had was my SSDs, the SS accounting. And we can all testify to the fact that with ICAG, the SS accounting is nothing to them. So Sleep for the Week and Grandmaster and other teachers at our disposal, and we adhering to the instructions that we give or they will give, I can guarantee you that success is awaiting us and we will definitely make it come November. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Salim. Thank you. Charlie, writing 4 papers is never easy, but he was able to do it. And if someone has been able to do it, it is not beyond you as well. You writing 1, you writing 2, you writing 3, it is very doable. Even 5. Last 2 sittings, we had someone write 5 papers and pass all. So it is very doable. So the last individual, I would want him to share his story if he's on the call. Enoch, please, if you're on the call, can you talk to us? Enoch.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah, blessed evening.
All right, thank you, Grandmaster, for the opportunity. Yeah, thank you, oh my God, for those who are on the call. All right, so I also wrote, last year I wrote 4 papers, that is all of the part 4 papers. And I might say it was not easy, but you have the likes of Grandmaster and the other team on Penny on board. And it is not easy. I wouldn't lie, it's not easy, but you have to like be committed. If you're not committed, you cannot do it. Like if you want to give excuses, you will get a lot of excuses. I, for instance, closing late at work, perhaps sometimes 9 o'clock. I virtually joined, no, I never joined a live session. I never joined a live session. I always watch recording. Sometimes to make up for the time, I watch it at 2, a speed of 2, some at 2.2. I will not give room for excuses. I will make sure I also read a lot. Make sure the test that we do, I never did the test when it should have been done. Let's say Grandmaster will say 6 o'clock, Penny will say 7. I will never do it at 7, not because I don't want to do. That time I will be at work, but I will make sure when I close, even if it is 12 at dawn, I have to do it and submit it. There are some tests that I will do 2 days later. Don't miss any test. You will be bombarded with a lot of staffs and others. Stay committed. Don't give room for excuses. We are all busy. We are all tight. Try. I will worry on my Grandmaster. I will worry on my opinion. Sometimes I will send a voice note like 2 minutes later. That's when I remember I've not even said, let's say, good morning. I will say it immediately. Getting to the end, I felt like not writing because I thought I wasn't prepared, even with what I was doing. But God being so good, I passed not even with 50-51s. I passed with impressive scores. Marks. It is not easy, as I will say. I will encourage all of us. It is doable. It is doable. You are in the right hands. Just stay committed. Make sure you don't give room for excuses. There will always be excuses. Don't give room for excuses. Know that if you don't do it now, you will grow, you will grow, you will grow. Later on, you'll be forced to do it. Probably at that time, your strength would have been different than others. And to those of us who are, let's say, advanced in age too, it is not too late. You can give it a try. And not just a try, like give off your best and you would be successful at it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Oliver. All right, so this dude, rightly as he's saying, someone wants to mute his mic. Yes, rightly as he said, he never joined class. He will always come perhaps a week late with the previous recording saying that I didn't understand this, I didn't understand that. He was behind, far, far, far behind, but he had a plan. All right, that is a strategy. I don't know your schedule. The fact that it worked for him doesn't mean that it may work for you. You understand? I will encourage you to be present for class every single time. And then when you come for class, you don't leave your books until the next meeting day. You have to perpetually study. Is that okay? Yes, it's very doable. Extremely doable. Extremely doable. All right, the very last person, Constant, if you are here, please share your story.
Good evening, Grandmaster.
Yeah, blessed evening.
Good evening, colleagues. I would want to say that sleep has been good to me, frankly speaking. The CA exam is not easy, but with sleep, they were able to make complex issue easy for my assumption. When it comes to the CA, for the experience I've had with sleep, especially Grandmaster or Mampenyi and then the rest of the tutors, you as a student, you have to pay attention to instructions. Now, Grandmaster in particular will tell you the do's and the don'ts. I wrote PSA, or Mampenyi taught me one sitting, I got it. The rest of the papers, I got them. Now, once you've signed up with Sleepers for the week, one thing I want all of us or all of you to know is that there's a lot of sacrifices that you are going to make, and excuses will never help us. So there will be a time that you have to stay on the call. It will exceed the normal closing time, but it's for a purpose. It's for a good. It's for our own good. Please and please again, try to be on the call. study. And Grandmaster will tell you the importance of group studies. It really helped me. I was a group leader. My group used to meet from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I'm being a group leader, I'm teaching. So you can't say you will not wake up. That is some of the sacrifices that helped us to pass this paper. And for sleep is for the week, they are available 24/7 to attend to your issues. Grandmaster, I don't know, every day I chat Grandmaster with issues. If I'm attempting a question and I'm finding it difficult, I go to his DM and as quick as possible, he responds to my problem. So he also teach you how to think on your feet. Realize that when he starts the case study course, that's when I realized that for strategic case study, it's not about you and Paul. It's about the strategy. And if you're able to apply that strategy, you are good to go. I remember the second mock that he did with us. After I wrote it, Grandmaster marked it for me. And the mark I got the same mark when the case study result came from CA. The same mark. And you told me that it's not easy to get this mark in case study. And it was all about his guidance. So, colleagues, you are in the safest pair of hands. You do your bit, and then you follow instructions, and you are going to pass. Prepare well. Try as much as possible to be in class. If you are unable to join a live section, you don't forget to learn the video. Follow the video. If you don't understand anything, your colleagues are there to assist you. Grandmaster too is there to assist you. And then, what made me pass? I remember for case study, I finished the paper 35 minutes before time. Not that I know everything, but Grandmaster taught us a strategy. And that is what I took to the exam, nothing else. He will tell you the number of lines you should write for a question, how to answer when you say discuss, outline, list. If you just pay attention and follow his instructions, and you go to the exam hall, you will finish whilst other people are still writing. It's not that we know all, no, but then it's application of strategy. And the strategies that sleep tutors gave us has made us CAs now. So colleagues, you are in the safest pair of hands. Group studies is very, very important. Very, very important. I believe when class starts, he will talk to you more about that. And to God be the glory, I attempted all the papers once and I got them. So all with sleep is for the week. I never had tuition anywhere. I qualified, I wrote all my papers, I passed with sleep is for the week. So you have a good supporting system. And I know the coming November, you are going to have a testimony as the opportunity has been given to us to share our success story with you. And we own this success story to Sleep is for the week. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Constance. All right. So that is it. For our fees for part 1, it's going for 295. For part 2, 395. And part 3, unbeatable, 445. I think the least I saw on the market is 100 cedis more for part 3. The least. Obia on Jekra part 3, he's taking 550. And now that there is even revision, he's perhaps going to revise it to 600 or 650. I mean, it should be very close to the CA registration mark. You understand? All right. So without saying much, I would want to end my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them. Thank you.
Prof.
Yes, Patrick.
Let me run them through the public sector, the changes, then we will take a few questions and I think we can sign out.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so as Prof was saying, for public sector, when you take the old book, on the surface, you see that we have seen major changes. Okay, but when you pick the old book and the new manual, which is not in yet, okay, they are still working on the new manual, which is not in yet. The changes is not massive. So for the old syllabus, we were doing financial reporting being part A. We're doing conceptual framework. We're doing PEFA. We're doing procurement. We're doing PPP. We're doing the two calculations, the calculations on evaluation of financial statement and calculations on how to prepare financial statement for public sector. But the inception of the new syllabi, please can you mute your microphone? Inception of the new syllabi, the major change is they have taken off PPP, which was 10 marks for question number 4B. They have taken it off. They have also taken off procurement, which was also question number 4A. They have taken it for 10 marks. They have taken it off. And they have just introduced, in place of that two topics, they have just introduced the application of EPSAS. The application of what? EPSAS. So now, the exam is going to be like, okay, like the FR or the CR. Okay, you're going to get a short questions on it's the standards. Then you apply your knowledge on what? On the standard for 20 marks. And the calculation is also going to be more geared towards EPSAS. So we are going to apply the EPSAS now, because government of Ghana, if my head will serve me right, started the implementation of accrual basis. That was 2023. And in 2024, they have now started the implementation of what? EPSAS. So our first class, we are going to walk through the journey of EPSAS. When EPSAS started, from the then finance minister through to the current finance minister, the just recent past one, and the time frame of them trying to implement what EPSAS. So now, the public accountant is supposed to be abreast with what? The application of what? The standard. But bear in mind that EPSAS is not the same as what? The IFRS. Okay, it approximates. Okay, and some of the EPSAS takes its strength from what? The IFRS. You can look at EPSAS 1, which will be replaced in 2027 by IFRS 18. Okay, it takes its mandate from EPSAS takes its mandate, EPSAS 1 takes its mandate from what? That. Currently, we have 48 EPSAS, right? We have 48 EPSAS. But in operation, we are operating with 42 EPSAS. We are operating with 42 EPSAS. And you don't expect any lecturer to lecture all the 42 EPSAS. No, it won't happen. So we are going to use strategies, the ones which are expedient. We will just talk about them. And since it's the first exams of EPSAS, okay, the questions won't be like IFRS. I hope you're getting it. So basically, the major change is the EPSAS, and they have now inculcated actors. Okay, they have now inculcated what? Actors. Actors. So those who have done audit and assurance from part 2, those who have done advanced audit, okay, they have now inculcated what? Actors, professional skepticism. So every professional accountant is supposed to have a questioning mind. You're supposed to make sure that you have a questioning what? Mind. You're supposed to make sure that you can think, okay? You can make judgment. So they have now inculcated actors as part of what? Public sector. And again, they have also offloaded some part of PEFA, Public Expenditure Financial Accounting. They have offloaded some of them to MA, Audit and Assurance, and Financial Report, Financial Management. So they have just offloaded some of PEFA to those areas. So the PEFA that we used to do, based on the old syllabi, you're not going to do the entirety of what? The PEFA. Lastly, they have also offloaded. So the first topic, when I'm done, I'll run you through the marks allocated for all of them. The first topic that we used to treat, that is public sector financial reporting, where we talk about budgeting, we talk about PFM Act, PFM cycle, and all other issues. They have just demarcated those areas and they have offloaded the budgeting activities. Now, we are not going to do budget calculations again. For the budget, we are only going to concentrate on two elements of the budget. That is the accounting aspect and the auditing aspect. And again, they have offloaded part of those questions to governance. Okay, so we have a topic, new topic now. We call it what? Governance in public sector now. And the governance is not new. It's not new. It's the same thing that we're doing. It talks about the activities or the responsibilities of the, how do you call it? The PFM officers, the accountant general, the auditor general, the JOCO, the minister, the principal accountant, the principal spending officer. This area has been shifted to another topic on its own, a standalone topic, whereby we are going to discuss that issues. So public sector, on the face, you see that there has been a major change, but it's not all that massive. It is only introduction of EFSAS. And we have a strategy. When you join the class, you have a strategy for you. Lastly, so these are the new topics that we are going to treat under public sector. Overview of PFM cycle in government or in Ghana, 20 marks. That talks about a bit of budgeting and talks about the laws that we use when it comes to the preparation of the finances or that governs the public activities. Is that clear? So we are coming from private sector. You embrace the activities of that. Secondly, we are also going to talk about the same old stuff. That is the conceptual framework, all the 8 chapters. But this time around, we have emerged accounting policies. They have emerged accounting policies and actors as part of the conceptual framework. So the accounting policies that we were doing, okay, way back in the old syllabi, we are going to do it now. Is that clear? Okay. Then we are also going, that will be 10 marks. We're also going to do the application of EFSAS. That will be 20 marks. Again, we also talk about the same preparation of financial statement for the 3 entities, i.e. local government, subvented, and consolidated fund. Then we will also do evaluation of financial position and performance, i.e. the RPG2. We concentrate on RPG2, whereby we are going to talk about the common fund, common size. We talk about budget evaluation, that is EFSAS 24. Then the lastly will be ratios, right? Then the last topic, that will be 20 marks. So that one was 10 previously, it has increased to 20. So lastly, we will talk, that will be the governance in public sector. And the governance talks about the responsibility of the officers of the PFM activities. So basically, the public sector has changed, but on the face, you see major changes. But when you see the syllabi itself, no major change has happened when it comes to public sector. Okay, so basically, that is just the overview. And we are going to do magic to public sector. Okay, you are going to do magic to public sector. So you'll be fine. You'll be very fine. Don't let anyone tell you that now the new syllabus when it comes to public sector and other courses, okay, this time around it will be difficult. May I see that accountants like more of calculations more than theory. And now they have even increased the calculation aspect. So you'll be fine. And my last words before we take questions, I always tell my student, you can't do magic. You can never do magic if you want to write the paper. You can't cut corners. If you don't learn, you will fail. You can never cut corners. Have you seen they are also sharing their testimony? I also share same way back when I wrote 5 papers and I passed all. I share the same testimony. You can never do magic if you don't learn. Don't let anyone lie to you. Have you seen the car that you are driving? You are driving a big car. If there is any apple somewhere, you can even use your car to go for the apple. Don't let anyone lie to you. Those signing on for the first time, you get to a certain point where you hear this intervention, a question drop from here. That's why every intervention, they will give you more than 20 pages. I'll tell my student, if any intervention, they give you more than 10 pages, bring that document, let's solve. That's the question. It's like giving birth to 10 children. Some will go mad. Some will be president. Some will be accountants. So basically, that's how it is. You can never cut corners unless you learn. If you don't learn and if the question is being given to you, you still fail. So ladies, brothers, uncle, you can never do magic if you don't start now. You need these people more than we, the lecturers. And we are always rooting for you. We are always praying for you. Because when you pass, we are so excited. Okay? We are more excited than you. Because we are able to impact someone to pass ICAG, to even achieve his dream. So brothers and sisters, you can't cut corners. So on this note, officially, we have just opened up for registration. Class starts on Monday. Our class starts at 6 and 3 hours and ends at 9. So timetable will be shared across board. We can take it from there. So Prof, thank you very much. In the space of 10 minutes, so that we don't bore them with a lot of talk, let's do 3 questions on the row. I will moderate for you, then we sign out. So let's take the first question from Mr. Sian.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Yeah, I'm in level 2. My question is simple. 1, it appears that the presentation you guys did centered on PSC. At least I was trying to see if I could hear some touches across board, at least not full, but in brief. Secondly, I want to find out from the first guy who gave his testimony, who has never done accounting before. We want to find out from him the strategy he used, specifically the number of hours of study per day. What is the secret?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Prof, let's keep that one, but I will tackle the first question. Eric Ajuman Bedu.
Thank you, seniors and then colleagues on the call. I want to find out if we necessarily have to buy the new course materials before we'll be able to pass. That's just my question.
Okay. Thank you. iPhone into bracket 4. Last question, then we tackle the.
Okay. Good evening. My question has to do with when are you going to bring out the grouping for the registrations? Assuming you are writing 4 papers in part 4. When are you going to put us on the WhatsApp group and the other grouping that we did for the PSC? Since we are starting class on Monday, so when are you going to have those grouping? Then my second question has to do with, are we going to have the soft copy of the manuals as we had?
Okay, Prof.
Okay.
Can I tackle these questions?
Oh yes, please go on.
Okay, so let me start from Mr. Sian. Mr. Sian, the reason why we touched on public sector is that the major changes in part 2, even across board, happened in public sector. Okay, for the FM, the MA, it's the same, but they have just introduced, offload some of the topics in public sector to FM and what MA. Okay, that's the reason why we didn't touch on that. But basically, as we do every lecture, the first lecture, every lecture will walk you through what you expect to know and what we are going to do to the latter. Again, the man who shared his testimony will answer the strategy that he used, basically. Then, those saying that, are you supposed to buy the ICG manual before you pass? Yes, for some of the subjects, you need to buy them, especially public sector. You need to buy. And buying book, with that we are even teaching, we have the manual. The manual is the best book that you can get. Trust me. Getting them doesn't mean that after passing, you can just keep the book at your library. What shows that you wrote ICAG? What shows that you wrote ICAG paper? So buy the book. The book is a good book. You can even use them at your workplace. Even, I remember when I was in the office then, my boss, if he wants to do any presentation, okay, he uses what? He uses the corporate case study manual. You type from the case study manual, do analysis from the case study manual. Hope you're getting it. So he was still using it. He was still an accountant. He chartered long ago, but he was still using those books. He's having audit and assurance. He's having man accounting, FM. He happens to be the best student for FR. He still have FR paper. 2019, he was the best student for FR. So basically, the book is important. Get them, okay? But there is always a way. If the cost is higher, there is always a way. Those propagating of soft copies, as it stands now, the new book, there is no soft copy, and we don't want to talk about soft copy because soft copy is not a good thing, okay? Because you can't just take the books and start sharing soft copy because the institution has also incurred a huge cost, okay, to print all those books, unless they are selling the soft copy. So for now, let's cancel soft copy from our mind now. But when you get there, you will cross. A word to a wise is in the south and north. So basically, that is that. And the person also saying that when are we going to do the groupings? The groupings is done by every lecture. So let's say you are doing part 2, FR lecturer will do the groupings based on the number of people on his platform. Case study will do same. Audit will do same. PSA will do same. So all the lecturers will do same. And we are going to organize a minimum of 2 mock. 2 mock. We won't force you to come and write. We won't force you. But if you see the questions, after your fellow students are done writing, you sit down and you start learning. So seniors, that is that. Is that all? I hope I've tackled all the questions. So basically, let's pick. We are not crossing 7:40, so let's pick another 2 sets of questions, and I think PM. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Oman, quickly. I wanted to know if there have been changes in advanced auditing for level 3 and then taxation, advanced taxation. Thank you.
Okay. Romeo.
Okay. Hello, Aman.
Yes, boss.
Okay. Good evening.
Evening.
Okay. Please, I passed the PSA this July. So right now I want to thank you very much. You taught me PSA. And by God's grace, I passed. So kudos to yourself and the team. My issue is that you see, I wanted to register for the November date, but it's 4 papers. But due to financial constraints, I want to write 2. And the 2, I don't know which of the 2 I should write. So if you could give me some strategy of the 2 papers that I can actually register.
Okay.
Yes, that's my question.
Okay, so let's take Nana, then I'll answer those questions and move on.
All right, thank you. Yeah, please, I want to find out, can we get the recording after the session?
Okay, you'll get it. So let me tackle the first question. The first question, was it from PM? Yes, from PM. Yes, PM was asking that if PM, maybe if you question,
now advanced taxation.
Yeah. So for advanced tax, there has been major changes in advanced tax because every year tax changes. Every year tax changes. So for advanced tax, major changes. They have now inculcated the new laws. Okay, that's why most of the lecturers were not using the tax book because the issues in there were archaic. So now they have revised all those new taxes and they have also introduced some new taxes which now government of Ghana, now private institutions are using. So major changes has also happened. As Grandmaster said, public sector tax, that is where the major changes happen. For advanced audit, no major changes, but they have now introduced IT. They have introduced IT in what? Auditing, because the accountant supposed to also be abreast with what? IT, because if you are auditing in the private space, most of them are now using what? Auditing software. So you need to be abreast with those auditing software, how the auditing software would operate. I don't know of those working in the public sector, the public sector auditors, if they are using auditing software. But for private, they have some of them, not all. So you need to be abreast with what? The changes in what? IT. Okay, Uncle Ike, the recordings will be shared, but it will be shared via our YouTube page, okay? It will be shared via our YouTube page, so you can have access to it after the class. Lastly, the Manu is saying that because of cash, so you want to write 2 papers. I always say that the final part now is corporate reporting, which is becoming a challenge. At first, it was case study. Which was the challenge. Our time, you need to know all the models before you can write case study. You need to know all the models from Princeton Capitalist, from the Mendello, from Pestel, from name them. You need to know all the models before you can write and pass case study. But as it stands now, they have now just aligned themselves to the corporate activity. So if you are working and you work in the corporate space and you just follow a bit of instructions, you can pass the case study. Now is the corporate reporting which is becoming what? A challenge. But people are still passing. It doesn't mean that since it's been a challenge, doesn't mean that people are not working on it. Yes, so we having the conviction that we want to finish, we will finish. So for me, I would advise that at the final level, these 3 papers, advanced audit, advanced tax, and case study. You can choose between these 3 papers, write them down. When you are done, you migrate to, you add CR and the one you choose from that aspect. I hope you're getting it. So thank you very much. Let's take the last set of questions then. But let me read one from the chat box. It says that my concern last night with CR is the 2 a.m. classes that were handled by different persons. Was okay, introduce. Okay, don't worry. We will look at that. We'll look at that. So don't worry. We'll look at that. Again, we will get the note and the course we registered. Yes, most of the lecturers, most of the lecturers produce slides for you to guide you. So they will give you slides, especially Grandmaster and others. It's only me that I just give out a bit, not total slides, but I'll give you a bit of it, and I'll give you personal notes in class. Personal notes in class. I hope you're getting it. So basically, some of them will give you what? That. Okay, so let's take the last set of questions, and I think we can sign out. Then Prof will say his last words and you sign. Sir. Or how do you pronounce your name? S-A-H. Sir. Okay, evening.
Yeah, my question is about ICAG scholarship.
ICAG
For instance, if you award
scholarship, okay.
Yeah, if you are awarding a scholarship in 2021, now you have a number of years that you have to train the scholarship.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions again? If no questions, senior, for scholarship, if you are accounting student, the last time I checked, you have 3 years. You are non-accounting student. If you are non-accounting student, you have 5 years. So accounting student, you have 3 years. The last time I checked, the non-accounting student, you have 5 years. But in between, if you fail a paper twice, so let's say, take the scholarship from you. So let's say you fail public sector for the first time, and you fail public sector again, they will take the scholarship from you. But if you fail public sector for the first time and you pass the second time, the scholarship still holds. Thank you. So last question from Ike, then we call it a night. Isaac.
Hello, Oman.
Yeah.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Please, my question is got to do with, do you have any model for anyone who has written and the person is registering again? Maybe the person will not go through all the class again, but you have a model for preparing the person for the subject or the course. Do you have any model like that, or the person has to go through all the classes again as usual with anyone who is registering? Okay. And before I conclude, I want to congratulate Sleep for the week. I joined last night, and in fact, it was impressive. I nearly had my mark, but let it more. I know when I go again, God will make a way. So I just want to congratulate. I'm with you. So that's my question now. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For our side, Grandmaster will even add his voice. We believe that it's suicidal. It's very suicidal to tell yourself that I want to do a portion of it because I've gone through the same class. If you don't take time, if you had 40, it will drop to 30. Because you think that, oh, I've done everything. I've done everything. So I don't need a full class again. All I need is let's solve questions. If you don't take time, even the 44 that you had, you come back to 30. I'm telling you. I've seen a lot of students who we will start the class. So we don't have models for people reciting. The reason is that it's very suicidal. I've had students who will tell you that, oh, public sector, say the same thing that we are coming to do. He will go and come back, and that person will tell you that, oh, on this time around, they have reduced the mass crowd. He won't join the class because he thinks that, oh, for this one, I've done it before, so I won't do it again. Okay, you go and write the paper. Last time he had 48. You see that same person telling you, oh, man, this time around they gave me, they have even reduced my mass crowd. It's very suicidal. So we don't encourage, we organizing, we solving questions alone. It's a lazy man approach to us. So we start everything afresh. We engage you from the start to the end. Last question from Ni. Why, Ni, you want to share your experience with?
Yeah. No experience and question.
Okay.
Good evening.
Evening.
Yeah, so once again, we welcome everybody to November night. For me, it's been a journey. On my side, I purpose that I will use a year to finish CA. So far, at least, I think I'm on course. I just left with 2 papers to finish. And I hope by November, I should be able to clear it. And thanks so much to yourself, to Grandmaster, for all that you guys have been taking us to. I'm so grateful. So now my question. Can you hear me?
Yes, boss, we are with you.
Yeah, last 2 sitting, there were clashes on some of the classes, PSC and corporate reporting. So me especially, I was missing out on most of the classes. I passed PSC last sitting because along that I have to use Takashi and experience because I missed most of your class. But at that time, you have Grandmaster meeting you as well, or another lecture, then intervention to the same thing. So I don't know the plan discipline, so that those who have similar issue, how you address it for them. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so the new timetable, the public sector is no more clashing with the case study. It was case study. So on Tuesday, we're having public sector and case study at the same time. So those who were registering public sector and case study couldn't what? They need to choose between. So now we have just resolved that case. Now public sector will be on Wednesday and Saturday. So it's been resolved. Thank you very much. Okay, so
thank you, sir.
Prof, your last words, then we share the quiz and we sign out.
Right. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions, especially the newly qualified CAs. Well, all they said come to one thing, you understand, and it is sleep is for the weak, is the best for you. I don't know, but you have colleagues, you have friends, you can talk to them and find out. You understand? We go the extra mile. I mean, the fee we charge is not proportionate to what we deliver. You understand? If we are to charge per what we offer, we should be charging over thousands of cedis. All right. So encourage all your friends who are, completely in dismay because of last sitting results, whether they had their class with sleep or elsewhere. Encourage them to come. I told you that we have been preparing for this new syllabus long time. And a classical example is Patrick himself, who just spoke. Yes, he did the postgraduate diploma in EBSAS in awaits for the new syllabus. You understand? It is same with the advanced tax dude. It is same with myself. Everyone, we prepared for this change. You understand? So there is no way you come to sleep and you feel shortchanged. Just yield to whatever we tell you. Put in small effort, and then you'll be happy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for also coming on board to listen to our introduction. As I told you earlier on, our gates are open. You can either call just WhatsApp the number on the flyer, okay, or you can even personally WhatsApp my number if you have it, so that we can just register you. Then we start on Monday. On this note, I've been your moderator. My name is James Patrick Osaikofo. My friends, come on, Penny. Have a blessed night. Bye.
Someone asked a question about the strategy.
A strategy of what?
Of how the person made it.
Oh,
I think that question has not been.
That person wasn't okay. So let me. I don't know whether the person is on the call. If the person or not.
Yeah, yes, I'm here. I want the person to respond to that. This is Mr. Sian.
Okay. Salem is gone. So
someone also asked about the best combination for level 3.
Yeah, so let's Mr. Sian, the person is gone but let me share my own personal experience with you, if you are okay.
Okay, all right.
So I also wrote 5 papers and I passed all of them. This is what I was doing. I was in office, so I close at 5. So every morning I will do my personal studies from 4 a.m. to 5:30 before I go to work. When I close, okay, and I don't have class, I also do my personal study from 6 to 10 p.m. when I don't have class, consistently for 3 months. Senior, I'll be getting it consistently for 3 months. It was only Friday. It was only Friday. Okay, sometimes I feel lazy to learn on Fridays. And Fridays I was learning advanced audit. So that was the paper I wasn't learning. Because Friday, let me go home. I'll be home, then I'll just lie on my bed and I'll sleep because the mind will be tired from then. So that's what I was doing for consistently 3 months, and I passed all. So let's try that one. I think we'll be fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Friday.
If in the absence of no questions, okay, let's continue some other time. The first class will be, is very important. The first class is important as what? An intervention. Because the first class will give you what? The roadmap. As I said earlier on, I've been your moderator. My name is James Patrick Osaikofo. My friends, come on, Penny. Have a blessed evening. Bye.